Hi everybody, welcome back to another RPG Workshop video, solo RPG Workshop video. So, I recently found this out in the wild, and it blended in pretty well to the other RPGs on the shelf at the store I was at, but I noticed the Chaosium logo. Now, if that looks familiar, that's because the same makers also brand the Call of Cthulhu series, which has been a favorite of mine recently. So that means, based on a quick little flip through, it seems to use the basic role playing system. So D100 percentile and skills. Now, I don't know much about this lore, Michael Moorcock's, the world of this specific series. Based on a very quick search online, it appears this is part of a series. I don't know if it's directly or indirectly, but Stormbringer, if I recall correctly. It is between Stormbringer 4th edition and 5th edition. This was technically the fifth release in that series. So again, I'm not an expert on this lore. This is literally my first time making a character for Elric, dark fantasy role playing. But what caught my attention was the Chaosium logo and the amazing picture of the front here. So dark fantasy, high magic. That's what it proposes. And I just want to jump right in and make a character because this character sheet really shows off. It really gives me Call of Cthulhu vibes, but in fantasy. So, because again, it has the similar attributes to basic role playing BRP and everything else. So you'll see a lot of, if you've seen my Call of Cthulhu videos, you'll see a lot of similarities here. It also came with this neat bookmark that the original owner was nice enough to leave. And so where we will start is page 32. To make the character, make the adventurer, as it's called, as they say. The first 30 or so pages is obviously about the lore. Now, similar to BRP, we'll be rolling up some characteristics and then multiplying that at times. So let's reference this first little box here that says important roles, etc. Trains for constitution, size, intelligence, power, dexterity, and appearance. You have to roll 2d6 plus 6 in order up to the game master. You probably can disperse it as you wish, but I'm going to roll up in random. I'm going to roll up in order just to see what we can land on. So this book hasn't been opened in a while, so it will curl up. And then for idea roll, luck roll, dexterity roll, charisma roll, you simply take the existing characteristics and multiply them by 5 to get those values in percentile. So these ones here will be the usual 2d6 plus 6, and then there's the multipliers there. Damage bonus is obviously based on one of those. So we would take 2d6 and then roll it. So that's going to be 5 11s for strength with that plus 6 in there. And then constitution, that's going to be 7 plus 6 is 13. Okay, and then size will be another 7, so 13. Intelligence, that's going to be 8, so we're looking at 14. So let's see, 14 for intelligence. Power, 6, 12 for power. So far, a lot of these rolls are, I don't know yet if they're considered modest or not. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So let's roll for dexterity, which is the same. We have 7, so that's 13 again. And the final is appearance. Oh, appearance 10. Okay, so that's 16 for our appearance, which means our character, out of all of his characteristics, he'll be uh, on the good-looking side. So now we'll have to times 5 these really quick. Okay, so the idea roll 70% based on intelligence times 5, power times 5, 60, dexterity 65, charisma 80. So, like I said, our character is going to be very charismatic, apparently, which is totally fine. Now, moving on beyond the rolling phase of the characteristics, let's move on past the descriptions and take a look at page 33. Changes in characteristics. So, magic is a unique, appears to be a unique concept in this game compared to other systems I'm familiar with. Now, it looks like magic can increase any characteristic, and injury magic can decrease any characteristic. So, successful resistance table roll can raise strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, or power. The roll must be against an opponent who has an equal or greater amount of the matched characteristics. See the game system chapter for more. So, don't necessarily know if this is part of the character creation process, but says intelligence and power can naturally and permanently rise higher than 21. Okay, so we have a table here. Looks like this is in reference to our size, which determines our physical height and weight. Let's find that area on the sheet. That's going to be, I think, on the back, perhaps. I did print double-sided. I see the little small area at the top there. I'm just checking the back side. Travel gear, background, family. It does not appear it's on the back, so I'm going to assume you also have apparently demons and elementals on here too. I'm thinking we're going to put it, let's see. There's also this allegiance thing, which I'm really curious about, but in this video, I'm not entirely going to be doing a tutorial here. It's not a how-to. I'm just making a character sheet of my own whim. So let's just fill this in under looks attitude. So number of heights, we have our extremes. Our size is 13, which is right here. So we're about between 5, 10, 6 feet. So I'll say we're 6 feet. And our weight, looks like there's two sides here. Okay, this is kilograms, centimeters. Okay, so we are between 110 to 260 pounds. That's quite the range. Let's say we're about 200 pounds. So 200 pounds. Okay, moving on. Characteristic roles. We basically have done this using that little important roles box. Just kind of going through. Okay, now we have damage bonus, so that's important. Size plus strength, then see table. Okay, so strength plus size, which is going to be 24, and then see table, which is, I'm assuming, over here. This will give us our damage bonus, which is also in Call of Cthulhu. Okay, so 24, strength plus size, so 11, 13, that's 24. That's going to put us just at nothing. So no bonus. We're going to have a flat damage roll based on the weapon, most likely, because if we were literally 1 point higher, we would have got plus 1d4. Okay, that's fine. Now, moving on to a few things here. In hand-to-hand combat, add the damage bonus. This just talks about the bonus itself. We're not going to examine that because we don't have a bonus to consider. Hit points, average of Constitution plus size. So physical beings have hit points. Figure hit points by adding the adventurer's Constitution size divided by 2 and then rounding up any fraction to the next whole number. Okay, let me do that really quick. And that'll be our hit points. Okay, so 13. with the Constitution plus size 26. That puts us divided by 2 at 13, no fraction. All right, now we are going to look at magic points. It's right down here. It says max equal to POW. So max of magic points equal to adventurer's power. Magic points mostly are sacrificed in casting or resisting spells or in summoning demons. So our magic power is looks like equals to adventurer's POW, which is 12. So where is magic at? Let's see. Magic is right here. Looks like it's a percentile system for the most part. It's up to 85. So we have 60. Or I'm sorry, look, it doesn't say the multiplying anything. Magic points are equal to adventurer's POW, which is solely 12. So we have 12 magic points. Okay, good. Having used all magic points, unconsciousness follows for 1 hour. When the first magic point regenerates, the character's magic point total can never be negative. Sacrificing magic points, blah blah blah. Okay, allegiance. This is the part that I'm really curious about how it handles a sort of alignment system. Considers the symbol of the balance of that equilibrium, which one of all philosophers strove to achieve until by expediency or by threats to their lives and souls, they begin to strike bargains, some with law, but mostly with chaos, which is an element closer to the nature of whose most sorcerers. And so they ensured that they could never reach the goal for which they have been trained, for which which some of them have been born, for which a few of them were fated. The last were the ones who understood the great uh, per- perversion, perversion which had taken place, who understood all that they had given up. Revenge of the Rose 2-1, so whatever that's quoting. Let's see here. The world of young kingdoms pits one against another. The force chaos, the balance of law. There's a law. Gaining allegiances. So the front of the adventurer sheet includes 3 allegiance boxes. A number of up to 100 in each box shows the alignment to each force. All right. The higher the number in the box, then the greater the adventurer's disposition may be to that force. Most people do not act consistently. In the game terms, they rarely build up large scores in just one of the forces. However, whenever the highest score is 20 points or more, the next highest score, the adventurer wants a stronger relationship. The effort represents enough commitment to that adventurer is said to have an allegiance to with that force. Benefits accrue with allegiance exist. See the forces box on 35 for the sorts of actions like they promote. Okay, so it looks like you build it. You don't choose an alliance, an alignment. This is something that you have to achieve, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's actually uh, interesting. So, increasingly, just actions that favor an allegiance in turn increase the allegiance score. After the adventure, the game master may call for an allegiance check. This is done in a fashion, perhaps at the same time, similar to the experience check. Perhaps at the same time, similar to experience check. Roll D100. If player rolls less than the current allegiance score, then the allegiance points increase by 1d8 points if chaos, or by 1d6 if balance or law. The game master may, in minutes of action, call for checks or unilaterally assign increases. Multiple assignments, notwithstanding allegiance. Humans have free will and can act as they please. Adventurer can have scores in 1, 2, or all 3 boxes. One allegiance is only with the highest of the scores, and then only with the score of the highest for the highest score succeeds the next amount by 20 or more, and only if the adventurer acknowledges the allegiance. That's really sophisticated. I like that. So Paragon Renegade, basically, if we're talking about Mass Effect. Maintaining allegiance, adventure as to act. So all of this I can read on my own. I don't want to bore you guys with the details, but I'm going to keep this rolling here. It looks like this is something we can't necessarily touch yet. This is achieved, as I always say, if I'm not mistaken, during gameplay. Because it doesn't say anything about assigning points. And it says, looks like earning chaos points. The blockade of law prevents the presence of chaos. Let me scroll this a bit. Earning points with balance, the cosmic balance keeps no church or agents, save for those like Sepras or emerge in the world. Earning a lot of points using magic. Okay, that's really quite something. Hypothesis. So we're getting to some further details here. Players benefits the adventurer who reaches 100 or more. And what's really great about this game is that there's not much presence of it on YouTube. I've only saw one YouTube short of a YouTuber cycling through the book. So I was looking online about how to make a character, and to be honest, I couldn't find anything. So then I realized this is a Chaosium, creators of Call of Cthulhu, whatever their own of the rights is game or not. I assumed that it was going to be in a similar nature, making a character. So all of this, I'm assuming we can, for now, bypass, and we're now jumping to our name and background. Choose a name for your find appealing. Most characters in Elric have saga have no surname. That's if I go by the lore. Typically, I don't when I use these games, if I even play them. Because sometimes the character sheets just sit on the shelf for the most part. Because I enjoy the fact of just creating the character in whole. But player's name, we'll just do, let's see, is that character name or player's name? So it's player's name. Character name is in the back here. Well, to be honest, I'll just call it Lex for now, because that is my stage name for this. Alrighty, now we're getting to background. So we have birthplace. For your first few adventures, please choose from among the following kingdoms. Dorel, there's a bunch of them here. The chunk talks about that. I'm going to save that for later. That's if I again use this character sheet in a future uh, solo play. Sex of the adventurer. Typically, I do male characters. Choose either. I'll just do male. Oh, here's a name. I completely missed that. Let's do, just for the heck of it, TARDIS. We'll Doctor Who nod there. All right. Sex the male here. Age of the adventurer. Adventure begins at 17 plus 1d6. Okay, that I remember uh, from skipping through. So our character is 19 years old. A young one. A youngling. He or she can be older by rolling additional d6s. That's fine. 19 years old. We can work with that. Looks, attitude. Um, well, like I said, we have a high charisma roll and appearance. So I'm assuming our character is good looking in a way. Not my ugly mug. Note whether the adventurer is athletic, capable of confident cutting, dominant, patient. Again, I can do all this as I stop recording or make this character into another world. More so, I don't want to slow down this video as it already has been. But that is our size and height. We got that already covered. I could use the Karen RPG, which I do like to often reference a lot. So tell you what, just for the hell of it, I'm going to use the Karen RPG, which I really enjoy the section for rolling out the character's appearances. If I can find it, it's just to my left here. There it is. Okay, so Karen, which I do apologize if I'm jumping the. If I'm actually, I might be thinking of Maze Rats, but this will work too. So, okay, physical, we will be athletic, or actually, let's be brawny, just because of our uh, completely spelled that wrong. Let me roll these up really quick. All right, so here's what I got. Brawny for physique, dark for skin, long for hair, sharp for face. Sorry, the light's really getting in the way here. Precise for his speech, definitely not me, and elegant for clothing. Based on again the high charisma rating there. Okay, so that's it for Karen. So kind of in the earlier days of Fabio, apparently. But that's what I have, just this very simple lineup of details. Now, so we got that down. Attitude is kind of covered by those details, but we could borrow from here if we want. Let's say confident. Well, it also depends on the other. Yeah, I mean, I guess he would be confident. Charisma does have an effect on that too. All right. So confident. Well, I'm just going with what it has up here. Record what it says. Record what a stranger would first notice about your adventurer, which makes sense. All right, now distinctive features table. So we have the app table. Number of distinctive features. Our app appearance is 16, which means we have two appearances, or distinctive features. Let's see where these go. Will they go on the back? I don't see a distinctive features region box. Might just skip that. Roll 1d10. There's a whole thing here for it. Should find out if this just goes in this looks. Most likely it does. Okay, let's just go with it. So two. Roll 1d10, choose a category. So I can choose one of these. I have hair on my head. So I'm choosing out of these categories. All right, so I have hair on head. We'll do that. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. And then facial hair, maybe I have, oh yeah, long hair. So that is, I'm gonna underline this right here. Yeah, obviously hair on head, but I'm doing it wrong where it's long hair. Okay, so long hair. Okay, so long hair for hair on head, and then we can choose something else. Let's do facial hair, maybe a goatee, perhaps? Or what else we can choose from? Torso, we can do arms and hands. Let's try tattoo. We already did speech. We kind of cheated and used the Karen system, but I'm trying to figure out other ones from the game itself. Facial feature, tattoo on the face, maybe. Let's do that. Tattoo. No, let's do tattoo on the arm. Where's that at? Yeah, arm tattoo on the right arm. Okay, tattoo on the right arm. So those are the only two we can choose from based on that appearance roll. Next, we have adventurous occupations. Nice. So this will be a D100 roll, which I have off camera. So see page 40, occupations. For those below, choose one of the column, roll D100 for any result. All right, well, let's choose one here. Beggar, craftsman, shopkeeper, hunter. Let's look at our stats. We're fairly average. We're not the strongest. We're probably faster than the normal adventurer. We have very high charisma. So we're slightly faster than 50%, a tad faster. We have high charisma. Our size is taller than the average adventurer. We have a good constitution. Our strength, though, is not strong. So just trying to figure out what this would fit under. Nomad, maybe? Paid assassin, thug. Well, hmm. Thief, entertainer, soldier, guard, small trader, slave, shaman, priest, cultist, scribe, engineer, sailor, physician, peasant, farmer, paid assassin. I do like nomad. If we're thinking like Mad Max, nomad probably would be a interesting choice. Minor noble, merchant, mercenary, bodyguard, lost, forgotten, hunter. Hunter maybe or Nomad. I'm between those two. Let's do Nomad. So this will go. I'm thinking back here. The relative column, relative column, gives the relative incidence of occupation. So where would this go? Wealth. Oh, wait, bronze. Bronze is, I think that's what's called, is the currency in this game. Let's see. Titles. Alliance's full name. Just for fun, I'm gonna probably let's do TARDIS. Let's see. TARDIS Lord. Time Lord, TARDIS Lord. Let's do residents, family, enemies. Actually, not a huge Doctor Who fan, but definitely have seen the 2000 the episodes from the 2000s series. Let's do. I'll probably change this later, but just for fun, blue box. TARDIS blue box. Okay, but I'm trying to find out where to put his profession. Title, nickname. Don't see a spot anywhere here for profession. So where the hell would it go? Let's just put it underneath title. So he's a nomad. If that's fine. All right. Now we have nomad. You're a warrior of the Sign Desert, honorable, dignified, and quick to anger. City people seem to enjoy trading honor for money. You despise their ways. Someday you'll return to where people are noble and honest. But for now, you're in this foreign place and must survive. Skills. So we have bargain, listen, natural world, ride, track, two weapon skills, and one other skill as a personal specialty. Optional skills: Hellraiser 1 through 4, Hell's Razor, Flames of Kakatal, Speed of Venzan, and extra money 50 bronzes. All right, so since we're Nomad, we're going to throw 50 bronzes in there. 50. And these skills, I think we're getting pretty close to skills and allocating points. Choose an occupation. So we choose an occupation, right? All right. I believe this is where we're going to do skills. So now we got to fill in, much like the other systems, these have the preset skills. So we'll do 15. Let's fill these in really quick. 25, 15, dexterity times 2, which is going to be 26 for dodge. Somebody Piccolo's trying to teach Gohan too often. 15% for evaluate, fast talk 15, hide 20, insight 15, jump 25, listen 25. Let's see, 20%, 25, 10, 5. Own language intelligence times 5, 70. Let's see, sight, physique 30. Physic, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Picklock 5. Potions none. Repair device, dexterity times 4. Let's see, what is dexterity times 4? Pull up the calculator here. Dexterity times 4. What's my dexterity at? We have 13, so that's 4. I guess I could have just minus 52. All right, so 52 for repair, ride 35, sailing 15, 15 scribe, nothing, 20 for search, 25 for swim, 25 for throw, 10 for track, 5 for trap, unknown kingdoms, youth, young kingdoms, 15%. Now, skills, allot 20%, 250 percentiles in any combination among the chosen occupations, 8 skills. Most occupations allow at least one free choice from among these skills. Okay. Magic. Let's do it like I think I've done before. I put it up here, 250. And we'll go back to our skill or our occupation and go from there. So let's see. Nomad, we have bargain, 250 points to allocate here. We have bargain. What I'll do is put a little dot where they are our primaries. Listen, natural world. We have ride, track, and then two weapon skills, which is going to be, I believe, down here. We write this in. I don't see a spot for two weapon skills. Wondering if I should just write this down. Two weapon skills. I'll write that in. So two weapon skills. Little dot there. And then optional spells. Interesting. Hell's Razor, 1 through 4. Spell of Valheim. I'm going to skip those. And one other skill is a personal specialty. Let's do Pick Lock. I always like that one. Now we have 250 points to allocate for these skills. So I think typically I did in Call of Cthulhu, I did about 10 to 20 per with some left over. All right, so let me set up for this one. Let's do bargain. We'll do, because Nomad bargaining is very crucial. So I'll do 20 to that. So 35. That puts us down to 230. And then listen let's do 20. That'll put us to 45. So we're down to 210. I feel like I probably should be doing more. Natural world, I'm definitely going to do 30 there. So I'll put us up to 55. So now we're down to, let's see, 098, down to 180. Pick lock, that's going to be, let's do 35, so 30 down, 765, 150. Ride, obviously, if depending on the lore, if we're going to have this take place in the Mad Maxian kind of world, it'll be cars, but I'm going to have ride be, let's just bump it up 10%. That obviously will apply, to horses, depending on the lore. So 45. That brings it down to 10. I feel like we still have a lot more to spend here. Track is a big one. I can just do, let's do 30 on this one. So 110. Two weapon handling. Let's definitely do 40 on that. So we'll be down to 70 now. So we have 70 more points to allocate. And I don't see anything else that it mentions. Skills. Weapon skills can include brawn and so should we also include, don't know if weapon skills is part of that. Trying to see if other type of occupations have weapons. One other weapon skill, which we have two weapon skills, and that's not brawl or wrestle, obviously. So I think we're good there. Brawl, obviously we have to write that in. Current skill rating 25. And then okay, so we have 70 more points to allocate. So let's throw more into bargaining. I was being a little too conservative there. So we'll do 30 more, so 65. 654. Let's put 20 more into maybe listen. Yeah, let's do listen. So 65. Got 20 more points left. Let's do more into the. Let's do 10 each for track and 2 weapon handling. So 50 now, and then 2 weapon skills up to 50. So that concludes our point allocation. Now we're going to continue on. All right, so survival tips, the back of the sheet. All right, now prices. Let's see. We're going to skip ahead a bit. It talks about weapon skills. Most people on can carry weapons. Most don't shrink for use of them. Shields, armor, dodge, magic. Sample prices. Okay. We could use that. Skills. Talk about all the skills here. Dodge skills. Potions, sends the all skills right here. Game system. So I think we're getting close to. Yeah, we need to buy our weapons now. It says we have 50 bronze. So I'm thinking we're pretty close to being done. But let's see what we can put here out of the sample items before we get weapons rounded up. We have. I'm not going to be using my money. I'm just going to give this character items. Looks like we're very specific. Foods, clothing. We have a travel cloak. Let's do that if he's a nomad. Definitely have a travel cloak. So we'll do travel cloak. And we'll do plain clothes. I'm going to move that camera down a bit. There we go. Plain clothes. We have things we could do rope, saddle, and tack. We have leather backpack, rope. We'll do that. That's always a given. Right, we have steel chains, shovel, pickaxe. Let's do pickaxe. Bundle of 20 arrows, maybe. Let's do that. 20 arrows. I don't typically track ammo, but I will just write that there. Lockpick set, definitely have that. Lockpicks, basically. Now let's go find out where weapons are. I think it's just where it says on this book, on this note. Bookmark, weapon class is 69. Giggity. Let's see. Weapons, all right. Let's figure this out here. We have Brawl. So base starting is 25. It says 50 here for ours. So that's 1d3 plus DB3 powered. Not too sure what that means. I'm trying to figure out what the DB means stands for. I might just. Oh, damage bonus. Okay, damage bonus, obviously, duh. So 1d3. I'll put that right here, attack damage, 1d3. We don't have attack bonus, or a damage bonus, I should say. All right, let's do a. If we are a nomad, we will definitely have a rapier. So put that right here, rapier. A rapier is a 15%. The wrestle, wrestle's 25, or I'm sorry, wrestle is going to be a special. Okay, so not sure what to go from that, but rapier is going to be 1d6 plus 1. Okay, 1d6 plus 1. Hit points, it says 15 hit points. The item itself has hit points, I guess. Medium, distance. Handed, it is going to be, let's see, needs one hand. Rapier is one-handed, so 1H. Next, we'll do a dagger, perhaps? Great hammer. Let's do a dagger. Let's do a simple dagger, which will be 25%, and that will bring us a 1d4 plus 2 with one-handed, right? 15 hit points. One-handed, and obviously the length will most likely be medium. Short. Okay, short. Next, let's do one more melee weapon. Ooh, let's do short spear. Actually, I'm looking for a ranged weapon. Missile weapons. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. We have, obviously, let's do a hunting bow, perhaps, or a desert received recurved bow. Let's do a hunting bow. This is going to be a two-handed weapon, which gives us that bonus 50 two-weapon skills. That's, I believe, falls in that category. If not, I'm going to just house rule it too. It makes complete sense. 10, and then our bonus, that's 60. That's more of our specialty. So that's a 1d6 plus 1 plus 1. Oh, plus half your damage bonus. Gotcha. So 1d6 plus 1. Base yards and oh, I'm making a mistake. I have to put it over here. Hunting bow. Current skill, that's 60. Attack damage, 1d6 plus 1. Base range, it says 80. 80 yards. Attack per round, 1. Hit points, 6. I'm curious how those hit points work. Is that the health of the item? So let's take this out of our melee weapon. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Fix the issues here. Alright, now we need armor. So sling net armor wise, let's give our character some armor. We have armor type. Leather, soft leather, attack damage, deflect, helmet on, helmet off. It's very precise. I like that. Let's do leather and rings. We can do. All right, so leather. To be honest, I'll just put leather. I'll just put leather. Helmet on, damage deflect, percentage effect here. So it says helmet on, damage 1d6 plus 1, percentage effective. Okay, I think I see a spot for that. So 1d6 plus 1, percentage affected with the helmet on, that's 25% chance. Or I'm just saying, just looking, nosing here, 25%. Then helmet off, it's just 1d6. So it gives you that extra, the helmet will give you that extra 1. Helmet off is 10%. Burden looks like normal to burden wear is light. Rounds 10 put on. Rounds to put on armor 2. Shield if we had one. Do I need I probably wouldn't have a shield as a nomad, so I will skip that. Attack damage with the shield, I'm assuming. Yep, looks like attack damage with the shield. Base chance. Looking at this area right here, where it says attack damage in HSFL, whatever that means. So HSFL. All right, so I'm thinking HP for the armor. Does it have HP to consider? Doesn't look like it does. All right, I believe then is magic, which I didn't really. I'm not really going to. I can say now that I'll say I'm not using magic from this game. If I look into it, see if it's uh, what the learning curve is, or I'll just stick to the usual the quick two Karen 100 spell books. So, but I think we're done for now. We have all the skills allocated. We have the general basics of our character made, the uh, TARDIS blue box, which I will change the name. It's ridiculous. It's just a placeholder for now, and you can choose these bound demons and such. But there you go. That's how I perceived to make the character sheet for Elric. So basically, a fantasy version of the Call of Cthulhu or basic role playing system, and I really do like how it turned out, and I hope it works out. We can use in the future episode. Just got to kind of learn more about the game, how combat works, because these are some extra things in here that I didn't expect. Hope you guys enjoyed this workshop video of Elric, the dark fantasy role playing game, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.